The baby bears are right now in full-on panic mode as Bitcoin skyrockets all the way up like $1,000 as the Moon Boys absolutely explode with Joy and Magoo. But is this truly the mega bounce we've been waiting for? And is this one mega indicator saying something big? Potentially extremely big. I'm your host, Bobby Biggums. And if you're a baby bear, I have some bad news for you. Maybe. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn into these absolutely time-sensitive alerts as well, guys. I have one Twitter and one Instagram. The rest are all fake. The only real ones are linked below. If you're interested in any deals, make sure to check out everything below, and make sure to drop your comment below as well for our competition. Without any further spadoosh, let's jump on in. Absolutely ginormous. So as Bitcoin and stocks have been absolutely sliding today, we see our first little signs of a baby bounce. And is this the mega bounce reversal we're looking for? Most likely not, but let's take a look at this. So Bitcoin does enter the value zone as the price floor, as a price floor metric goes green again, and this is talking about the NVT, which was developed by Willy Woo and Dmitry Kalichkin. And it uses the ratio of Bitcoin's market cap to its daily on-chain transaction value to create an idea of whether price really corresponds to on-chain activity here. And you can see here, valuing the Bitcoin network based on transaction value throughput suggests we have entered the value zone. And you can see that here, the value zone. And so that's very important here. And if we think back all the way to summer of 2021, we did have a halvening there as well in terms of price from 60 to 30K, but that was in about a week and a half. This bleed has been substantially slower, and I think that's why it's more mentally damaging for some people psychologically. But it was much more aggressive on a lot higher volume, and it was only about 8 months ago, right? So this has happened already, and then we went on to barely squeak out new all-time highs. But sentiment has been at the bottom or near the bottom of its historical range for several weeks, and so that's something really important to keep an eye on. And as well, Bitcoin has actually gained a little bit of its losses, actually dipping below 33K. We do have this Fed meeting coming up this week towards the middle, but the recent tumble is the second worst sell-off since the bear cycle from about 2018 to 2020. And as well, let's say we are in like a prolonged bear market. I see comments of people even saying like, all right, we're going to be in a bear market for the next 4 years. There's never been a bear market in Bitcoin for 4 years, so I don't even know why somebody would say that. Even the really long and painful bear market after 2017 was about 2 years. So, and that was like a very long, completely full bear market, and it was about 2 years. For the most part, if you're going on 4-year cycles, 2 of those years are pretty bearish and 2 are bullish. So again, even worst case, I don't know why people would think 4 years. That's very uninformed and extremely unlikely. And this fall has only been beaten recently by the 54% drawdown we saw in summer of last year so far. But there are a lot of important macro factors and dynamics affecting crypto right now, and that's very obvious, right? The SPX down a lot. If we take a look at the SPX, it's down a lot, and it just plummeted through the 200-day moving average. So far in 2022, it's down like almost 13%, which is very big. Okay, so again, as we've been talking about, Bitcoin's not going to do really well if this chart ends up looking something like this, then it's very unlikely Bitcoin's going to be doing well, at least in the short term. And as well, Bitcoin has reached the bottom of the weekly Bollinger Bands. You can see that here as well. So more signs for a potential bounce here. And as well, this tweet about bears getting wrecked, I purposely made this so that I tried to make this chart as bad as possible because I'm being sarcastic. This is not really that big of a pump, and bears are absolutely not getting wrecked. Bears have been absolutely spitting and blasting, you could say finger blasting the bulls for the past 3 months. Okay. So no, this is absolutely sarcastic. But with that as well, Bitcoin is getting a small bounce. We're finally seeing some volume. For pizza's sake, it's nice to see even some volume because we've been seeing none. And you can see here, compared to the past few weeks, this is a big increase in volume. And that's something at least somewhat nice to see in terms of any type of bottom being cemented. And realistically, anything above these lows that we saw back in the summer is still technically doable. Still technically survivable to where over the next 3 to 4 months we could be heading much higher if this range ends up holding just like it did back in the summer. So all hope is not lost just yet. It is very dumpy, but The second we break these lows, then I just don't see how it goes into, yes, a very long bear trend, if that happens. So we're not there yet, and we cannot jump to conclusions there. If we come down here and we do break these levels, okay, let's say we test this 200 week moving average down here around 25. That is a bearish trend. I mean, we're already in a bearish trend, and we have been for weeks, but at that point, there's all structure, in my opinion, is destroyed. But if we maintain this and maintain a higher low above this, then technically, okay, it's not an opinion, technically, it's not quite as bad as it could be. But let's also be realistic. It doesn't look great. It does not look great. As you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, subscribe, turn news these absolutely time-sensitive alerts. If you're saying bonuses or deals or securing your crypto, make sure to check out the links below. Make sure to drop your comment below for subs, the competition on Fridays. Never send anyone your crypto. My only Twitter, my only Instagram are linked below. The rest are all fake. Without any further ado, it's me.